Welcome to 1 Million Cups. Is anybody here for the first term? This guy. All right, cool.
This guy.
Right on. Welcome, guy.
Thank you.
That's Paul to your left. He'll talk your ear off, but not during the presentation. You found it. Thank you for coming. You've all been here before except for you. Welcome, sir. We're at Buzz Coffee, so say hello to your Buzz Coffee staff this morning. She gets here extra early. Actually, Buzz doesn't technically open until 8, so they accommodate this event every week, and we're continually thankful for that. Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, exactly. Couple of things to talk about today. Today is open co-working at the Nest. However, most of the nesters, or some of us, are going to be at the Peoria Next Innovation Center tenant luncheon. That's a mouthful. But just an additional perk of being a member at the Nest, every month we get to go up the hill, see what's going on at Peoria Next, and get to hear another presentation. And we get free lunch paid for by the Turner Center. So that should be exciting. John is actually doubling up today, so he'll be presenting up there as well. So we're going to have a very thorough understanding of what it is that he does. And we're going to be able to give him all the feedback. Right? So that should be good. And he dressed nice for it too, so let's all take a moment and appreciate that. John is a member of the Nest. We met through, I think I know Katie, and that's how we met you, but a couple of years ago maybe now, boy, the time it flies. The time it flies. It's been good to know John. He's obviously a doer. This stuff was a total mystery a couple years ago, and now it's kind of just like come to fruition over the past few months and stuff. Great partnerships with other Nest members to get this stuff looking like it does today. John is a former Key Start winner. Yep, from July?
I think so.
Yeah, July of last year. So that's all. It's all very exciting. He's a consumer of the Startup Peoria product, and in turn we are a consumer of his. And in fact, he's the reason I'm wearing cacao oil on my face today. You probably don't know what that is, and neither did I until this guy told me to start trying it. So I'll let him take it from there. But please welcome to the stage, all the way from Iceland,
Right.
by way of Peoria, John Cowan.
Well, thanks, Brandon. My name is John Cowan, and I'm the owner of Alluvian, a sustainable startup luxury men's grooming products company. Before I get started, I just want to get a feel for the audience with a show of hands. How many people take showers? All right. Oh, yeah. Being how we live in America, I'm sure that's most folks. Now, how many people value our planet, or our waterways, the ocean? Well, both questions directly tie with our purpose and our mission, and Alluvian does indeed address these issues. And I would like nothing more than everyone to use our products. However, we simply are not targeting everyone. And in fact, we are targeting predominantly men or women buying for men with the age range between 25 and 70 years old. Customers are going to be discerning, who value, who see quality, value the environment, and they're educated. Also, retail industries who cater to this clientele are going to be our target. What is Alluvian, and what does it do here in Peoria? Distilled down, we locally manufacture natural high-performance soaps for your body, facial hair, and shaving, as well as manufacture a line of pre-shave and beard oils, badger brushes, beard balm, mustache wax, solid cologne, foot salve, and natural deodorant. Additionally, and something I'm very excited about, is we recently have brought to market a premium line of natural cosmetics containing a highly beneficial botanical oil from Colombia, not widely available or even known. This line features our rejuvenating aftershave serum, our Auxilio facial oil, as well as our cacao lip balm. Each one of our products was formulated to leverage unique and exotic ingredients and to provide excellent functionality and performance unlike any on the market. So what's our goal? Quite simply, we want to make a positive difference in how men see themselves and how their choices can improve our world. So digging deeper, it seems we're in the age of information, technology, as well as an age of cheap instant gratification. Alluvian's affordable luxury aims to provide moments of mindfulness, as well as add sophistication to your grooming routine. Another key enhancement is our innovative packaging that has provided the attractive appeal and functionality desired in a luxury product, but without the environmental baggage. So consider this. An insulation material is used around the globe. It has a great R value, was incredibly cheap to produce, and it saves lives with its flame retardant properties. This material, asbestos. Plastic is a little like asbestos in that it is very cheap to produce, is globally used for its diverse applications, and it saves lives. As we all now realize, asbestos has a dark side of causing cancer and illness. Plastic saves lives as well, but its current use is threatening our global aquatic ecosystems, fisheries, and resulting in our very own bioaccumulation. Plastic does not degrade the way other materials do. Left to their own devices, they break down to smaller and smaller pieces where wildlife and ultimately humans consume. Who uses sea salt when they cook? That's great, I love it. Well, a study has found that microplastics are now being found in commercial sea salt. So, of course, that's a concern. Why alluvian? The name is derived from alluvial fans. It's a geologic term where sediment is washed by flowing water and is deposited in a fan-like shape. The Latin word alluvium means to wash against. The products we make are from pure ingredients and enhanced with these geologic elements like mineral clays from the Atlas Mountains, French green clay, Dead Sea mud, as well as organic elements like kelp, alaria, dulse, and Irish sea moss. These additions are fundamental in making our products so effective and distinct. We have roughly 6 niche markets that we're targeting. The first one being a high-functioning bar soap market. In the beer world, you can compare this to a Belgian rather than a domestic light beer. Customers here are going to desire handmade beyond your simple bar soaps, often with exotic ingredients. They provide exfoliation, and they're actually great for people with skin conditions and skin sensitivities. Next is a specialty wet shaving market. These customers are attracted to the ritual and the process. They enjoy the relaxation, the lather, aromatics, the incredible closeness of the shave, as well as the simple manliness of the experience. Beard and mustache aficionado market. These customers value their facial hair maintenance and care. Next, we have a premium natural cosmetic market. These customers want nothing but the best natural formulation for their skin. Endurance athlete market. For example, our foot salve reduces friction and repairs damaged feet, making it attractive to this market. And lastly, our entire line is plastic-free, so plastic-free and sustainable design niche markets is going to be our focus as well. Forward direction. We are interested in both B2B and retail sales and are currently developing our marketing outreach and analytical focus. Targeting the mentioned markets will be done in a creative manner, such as sample distribution, targeted marketing campaigns, and a direct outreach with journalists or bloggers. This will lay the foundation for increased production towards my own capacity, and within the year I expect to employ an additional associate as well as relocate to a commercial space. How can you help? Spreading the word about Alluvian and our products, giving a product a try and reviewing or providing feedback. Feedback is incredibly helpful for us. If you consider yourself active in social media, again, we need your help. Additionally, being a part of a beta test group when new products are being produced. If you particularly like writing about travel, style, environmentalism, men's grooming, or interest pieces, our other focus is to offer a lifestyle aspect to our brand through our blog. So if you need an outlet, please, by all means. Now I'd like to extend the opportunity to answer any questions you may have regarding Alluvian, our products, or ingredients. Thanks.
All right.
Brandon.
All right, you're a biologist, is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I studied environmental biology and microbiology at Michigan State.
Okay, cool. So you know a lot about this stuff, but some of us don't. So could you talk about the process of like what's the hard part about making a soap or making an oil? Like what are your challenges there?
Well, when it comes to soap making, which is basically the foundation, that's where I got started with. It's quite simple. You want to have a assortment of oils with a fatty acid profile that's going to provide a conditioning for your skin, a great lather without drying. So there's a lot of things to consider. And so various plant oils, which is what we use basically all plant oils rather than tallow or lard, which comes from a cow or a pig. Nothing against that. They make great soaps, but simply we use plant-based oils, and the formulation we use is coconut oil, avocado oil, palm, as well as olive oil. And so basically the proportions directly correlate to the desired characteristics. So you don't want to have a soap that's going to dry out your skin. You don't want a soap that's going to leave oily residue. It has to be properly balanced. So understanding that relationship when making a soap is really important. And I think that the soaps that we have, I think we have 9 soaps right now, just came out with another one, they all are equally balanced. And the difference in our soaps is that basically the aromatics, of course, between the base profile, oil profile, it would be the aromatics, the aquatic botanicals, meaning our seaweed essentially, different types of kelp, alaria, Irish sea moss, and all those have minerals in them which are great for your skin, help with detoxification, and also cosmetic clays, as I said before. Why our company is called Alluvian. We use these cosmetic clays such as French green clay, Moroccan red clay, bentonite clay, Rizzoli clay, and other things like volcanic sea salt or Dead Sea mud. So all these things really help make a high performance, I would say, or a great artisan soap bar.
You've mentioned like 9 countries since you've been talking so far. Mm-hmm. And you get this stuff from there.
Right.
Can you talk about that process? How you found that stuff?
Sure. I mean, having exotic ingredients basically is really a nice luxury, because you can really gather the benefits from the ingredients from the source. Oftentimes, these ingredients are from quite a distance, and so as long as they're the highest quality, you can compare it to you go to your farmer's market and you can get an heirloom versus something that's just your generic run-of-the-mill clone of a tomato. So I mean, that's something that we're really trying to bring to the market right now.
Well, you mentioned cosmetics. Are we talking male or female?
Oh, well, that's...
Are all your products male?
Well, it's geared towards men. I mean, women can certainly use their products, but I just wanted to have a company where a man can go and say, this is something that's geared for me. I'll feel happy and comfortable putting this on, rather than, say, something from L'Oreal or Clinique or something like that. So, in addition, it's all natural formulation, so it's the highest quality ingredients for your skin that's out there, without all the preservatives. So.
Do you ever intend to go into a line for females?
We have a great product that could be used universally, but we're simply not targeting. We're not going out and making ads for women at this point. In the future, I'm not sure, but that's just how it is right now.
Okay. And what's your distribution? I mean, because guys don't typically just go out and shop. So What is your distribution?
Well, currently, I mean, we're targeting men that do. I mean, there's going to be there's a really lot of momentum going on with the men's grooming industry right now. You can liken it to even microbreweries. I mean, they're prevalent and gaining momentum, and so basically, a lot of apothecaries and men's shops are popping up, and certainly these places would be great to sell these products. Right now, we're predominantly retail sales online as well as locally, and hopefully we hope to generate some future wholesale accounts right now.
I think you should sell them in microbreweries.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I mean, even there are beer soaps. We currently don't have any made, but do that for sure.
How do you start a relationship with a retailer?
Well, you have to first like what they're about. You have to like their products and what they have to offer. You have to understand their clientele and who they're servicing. And then if you think you're a match, you establish a relationship, and that relationship can be can blossom organically. And that's what I'm trying to do, is really a grassroots type approach.
With being more of a specialty soap, handmade, everything like that, when it comes down to the production, keeping it, I don't know, understand, I mean, when it comes down to your size of how big is a batch, say, of soap that you're going to go ahead and do?
Sure.
I'm just looking when it comes down to production-wise, when you get bigger, how do you keep that integrity of being, the homemade, hands-on kind of thing without going,
Sure.
become huge. You want to become huge.
Sure.
You would. So how do you keep that integrity with the batching and things like that?
Well, I started it with a 7-pound batch, so you have like basically these molds that are about yay big. And then since then it's grown to a 50-pound batch, which produces, the 7-pound produces like maybe 48 bars of soap. And the 50-pound will produce maybe 100 or so bars of soap. And that makes a big sort of block, and it makes like a more uniform sort of, I guess, attractive type soap. To make something larger, you could just simply multiply your batches, or it just depends on how big. But we can take note from other countries, around the world. I mean, they make handmade soaps. I mean, I've seen people pour entire floor of soap and then have people just get pulled behind on like a plow type thing to cut the soap, and it's sort of unique.
Okay.
And I mean, that's still handmade. I mean, that's not in a machine. So I'm not saying I'm going to do that, but I'm saying that there's many options. Yeah. So yeah, to scale it, I would say definitely will be some considerations in terms of how large or what order size would be that breaking point between getting to some other options. But right now, I mean, and I can see for the foreseeable future, for the next, well, I don't know, but we're pretty much set right now.
I guess we're talking about scaling. You mentioned in your presentation that you may take on a part-time associate at some point this year. How do you know that, and what are you doing to plan for that? Sure.
Well, I've already actually talked to a few people, and it's basically when you're, I should say, when you're finding an associate, you want to make sure that they have lots of different skill sets. I mean, well, at least for what I'm trying to find, and I happen to have found someone that's good at photography, that's good at potentially other creative aspects, in addition to being very, very knowledgeable in science. So he's going to be able to help keep the integrity of a task that's been directed to him, if that were the case. But mostly, I'm looking for someone to help with simple sales at at markets and our pop-up shops, and sort of that right now is what I'm looking for. But having someone with a dual or multiple hat-wearing type capabilities is something that is ultimately what we're looking for. I'm not trying to find a cog in a machine or a drone. I would like someone that's really receptive and interested in our mission. So that's basically what I'm trying to find right now. Sort of build a relationship. I hope that answered that question.
So where are you producing these plants?
Currently, I'm producing these at my house. Basically, I have a facility set up in my basement, and it's sort of it's all cosmetic type grade type setup, and that's basically how I'm creating everything right now.
That's here in Peoria.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been curious, why did you choose Peoria to start your business, and do you see yourself staying here?
Sure. I relocated to Peoria for work in a biotechnology company, and that happened to blossom into great relationships in Peoria, especially with the startup community, because it is so incredibly interesting, unique, and that's something that's very beneficial and sort of symbiotic. And I'm really excited that it's serendipitously, came about. So, whether or not what the future holds, I'm not sure, but definitely is great right now.
You said deodorant is one thing that you.
Yeah, that's right.
The reason why I ask is I have a heck of a time. I'm someone that tries using natural deodorants because of the general market deodorants.
Sure.
I mean, I have a heck of a time with them. I break out. I just feel that they don't take care of me. But then I'm also having trouble on the natural end of it. I mean, I think one popular brand is a Tom's that they claim is natural. Use that. I've used a crystal that they use. It is very hard to find something that gives you both. Let's see. I guess I don't have an extremely physical job, but it is somewhat physical. So I have to worry about the perspiration and odor one way or the other.
Sure.
So it's just how did you tackle that with?
Well, this is like beta testing still. I mean, we're not out and selling it at this point, and we'll certainly would love your feedback. But really, obviously, we're making deodorant, not antiperspirant, so we're not trying to block sweat. I mean, we think that's something that's naturally supposed to be beneficial. So there's other strategies to help with that. But our product line in general, we're trying to balance the natural ingredients and still be effective. Obviously, when you think about, I guess, what deodorant is solving, it's simple bacterial breakdown and sort of pheromones coming from your body. And so essentially you're trying to have a delivery system that will be somewhat antimicrobial but still not be harmful for your body without all the sort of the more, yeah. Right, so I mean, it's sort of a balance between that. There's a lot of options out there that are somewhat effective, but the application's wrong, or they're not effective, but the application is great. So it's sort of like this give and take, and that's sort of something that we're sort of looking into right now. But I don't know. I've tested our product, and it's worked really well for me, at least. And just sort of having some of these bugs worked out, I think we're going to have a great product.
Can you talk about some of the strategic partnerships you're either currently using or foresee in the near future as it pertains to marketing your product and outreach?
Sure. Well, I'd happy to. Right now, I have a lot of these packaging and labeling products. I've been associated with Smiley Graphics, D. Ingalls, as well as some of the copy has been helped out with copy with Rosemary from Rosemary Communications. So that's been great. The Nest, of course, has been a great incubator, and I would say a good base to collaborate and get some direct feedback. Daniel Hart is helping with some of the technical aspects for our website, and that's something that's totally out of my experience, so that's something very helpful. Of course, Keystart, so Steve Zika has been a good advisor for some of these questions I have that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm sure I'm leaving some people out. I mean, my girlfriend, Katie, she's been probably number one. in terms of helping with confidence and helping test products, even though she sometimes doesn't want to. Reluctant, but.
And then, like, moving forward,
yeah.
what types of partnerships are you looking for to help expand your product?
Sure. Well, that's going to be really important, and I think there are a number of channels that I'm going to be looking into to try to get a B2B sort of partnership with a company that will buy a larger amount, you know, and be maybe more exclusive or something along those lines. And that's something that I'm sort of in the works, trying to find those the right contacts. Yeah.
Have you reached out to anything like you hear on Pandora ads, like Jack Threads, or even something like the Dollar Shave Club, as far as including your products and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, marketing, that's something that we just have started. I mean, I've been doing mostly product development, testing products, and getting the appearance the way, you know, to make a nice solid presentation. Marketing, you know, I would think would be easy, but it's something that you have to have the right angle, you have to have the right copy, you have to have the right exposure, and that's something that sort of been learning about and developing, and that's something it's sort of fun in its own job, especially social media. It's its own realm, so becoming strong at that is definitely taking some time.
I seem to remember that you put on a pretty cool event last year, I think. I was hoping that you could discuss that a little bit and how it might have helped your business out.
You're talking about beers and beards?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was an idea I had to test product, sort of informally, by having a beard and mustache competition, as well as a great food pairing and beer pairing and music, and it was basically to see what Peoria had in terms of a beard and mustache aficionado target. So that event was created for that, sort of, as well as just to have a new event in Peoria. And we had a great MC, Randon, so that helped out a lot. But yeah, they gave a lot of good information, got great leads, and also locally helped out with a bunch of local businesses as well. So I was happy about that, and hopefully we'll try it again this year, since we definitely learned a lot.
What are the weaknesses in your company, and how will you address them as you grow?
Weaknesses in our company. Well, I would say basically it's a slow process. So I would like to have everything done, you know, today, but it's just something that has to progress and evolve, and you pick up new things every day. And so sometimes the ideas you want to start and do today, well, I'm glad that they took a lot longer, because, you know, if you would have done things the first way, then they would have been a little not as successful. Basically, I would say another weakness would be, I don't know, trying to just get the products out there. It's just a continuous lesson. I'm sure. Yeah.
What's the most important lesson you've learned in the last year
Most important.
from doing this?
Those are good questions.
Or like one that hits you in the face. One that hit you in the face.
Well, I would say that establishing relationships overseas is something that anyone can do, and it's something that is actually very rewarding. Making connections outside of the local, even though local is great and local support, local businesses are awesome, but having a web that's outside as well is I think is pretty cool, because then you won't be able to miss out on some of these opportunities that are outside.
Where is your product being sold? Is it online or is it sold?
Primarily right now it's sold online, but we have a few local businesses like Relics and Men's Oil, Men's Grooming Company, Cullen's Classic Barbershop, the Peoria International Airport.
How is your prices compared to other natural products?
We market ourselves as an affordable luxury, so they would be on the upper end. I would say because we use organic ingredients and we have a more exotic ingredient, so they're going to be on the higher side. Especially our facial oil, it's going to be on the higher side, just because of the types of ingredients we're using. Specifically for our natural cosmetics, we're using a botanical oil, cacao oil, which is from Colombia, which is sourced from a farm as well as wild harvested, and it's basically something that is not even on the market yet. It's extremely expensive. It's a premium ingredient, so the cost reflects that.
Cool. All right. Do you have a question? I was going to wrap it up.
I was going to ask about the cacao oil.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. From previous conversation, I think it was cacao oil that by using that in Colombia, you're helping to offset like different.
Sure.
I think you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, right.
Can you describe that a little bit about
Sure.
how you're helping the community down there then?
So it is more of a social aspect as well. Basically, the cacao saplings and the small farm that are, in general is really helping with erosion because they do a lot of clear cutting in logging industry there. So this is having a better opportunities for not only the environment and also for a living wage because of the farm that is being produced. Also, the non-traditional cocaine, sort of production or growth, that's more that's more hurting for the society there. So this gives another valuable option for the more rural areas where the cacao is actually grown. So that's very beneficial for the community there. So yeah, the logging, the erosion control, and good living wage. So
I just wanted to bring light to the benefit that you're bringing to then other countries by using these products too.
Oh, thank you.
All right. What can we do to help you get over your next hurdle or accomplish your next goal?
I would say the thing that I'm working on right now is marketing, and so if anyone is always interested in trying products, like I said, feedback is really, really important. If you want to be contacted, or if you want to be contacted when we have a beta test or a new product, that'd be very helpful. We have a newsletter on our website. There you enter your email, and then you can get all the latest and greatest. And if you have any ideas of local businesses around here that would be interested, I'll be all ears.
All ears.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man. John Cowan,
Thank you.
everybody.